at homeliness, welcome to The Remedy, welcome to EYIT TV, empowering you, and it is another episode of The Remedy with Jenny and Claire. Yeah, today we try to twist in a little bit, so it's going to be somehow serious. What do you know about agriculture? Well, this whole week, starting from Sunday, Empower Youth in Technology has been celebrating some series. Of course, depending on the day, the International Youth Day that was on Thursday last week. I hope you enjoyed it. As a youth out there, I hope it at least had an impact on you. Well, that day for 2021, the theme was, I'll read this one, Transforming Food System, Youth Innovation for Human and Planetary Health. I have the CEO, Empower Youth in Technology. He's going to be taking us through this. We want to know why we're giving a remedy today. Why are youth in Uganda today not so much involved in agriculture? Or are they? Or why should they be? Well, and why did Empower Youth in Technology take the whole week to celebrate this? Here on The Remedy, we're here to give you just only remedies. Jenny and Claire, we're coming back shortly.
You're watching EYIT TV, empowering you.
Have you ordered yourself anything this week? Well, if you haven't, please go and download the Let's Farm app from Play Store. Order any product that you want and we will deliver it right at your doorstep. And also don't forget to go to www.guzayuji.com and shop for whatever item you want and we will have it delivered to you. We are here to make your life easy. This is what The Remedy is all about and this is what we do here at EYIT TV.
Yes. We're still on The Remedy, as Claire has told you, but today, as I told you, we are not here alone. Yeah, the Tushabe couldn't do this alone, unfortunately. So we have the CEO, Empower Youth in Technology, Mr. Ronald, and he's going to be introducing himself later as he tells us why was this day so special to Empower Youth in Technology. Do you know Empower Youth in Technology, by the way? Somehow my roots, the roots of EYIT TV. I'm not in the hands to say all that. Ronnie, welcome.
Thank you, Jenny.
We are so glad to have you today. And trust me, you're not here for an interview, so be ready to chat.
I am actually humbled. I watch this show a lot. Every Saturday, I have to be on the show.
Okay.
Thank you so much for doing the wonderful show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So welcome to the show, and since you already know what we do,
yes,
you know what
remedy.
we're about to do.
Remedy.
We're about to start talking. We're here to give a remedy. So what exactly triggered Empower Youth in Technology to celebrate this International African Child Day the whole week? Did I say it right?
It's International Youth Day.
Youth Day.
Yes. And
stand corrected.
Yes. And it's Empower Youth in Technology. So it's Empower Youth in Technology. So in between there is what? There is youth. And Empower Youth in Technology, EYIT. It's a tech and innovation hub in Mbarara, and we champion innovations. We get these young people who are innovative. We get them together, we train and mentor them to develop technology solutions or innovations in general. And looking at the role of youth in the whole world, because it's International Youth Day, maybe we can first understand what International Youth Day is. So maybe I can try to bore you with some history, but not so much.
So long. Yes. Yeah, it's very
boring. We want to learn.
Yes, the youth minister sat in 1998 in Lisbon, and actually they had a whole week. It was from 8 to 12. It was 8 to 12, and so all of them gathered in Lisbon to discuss youth issues. And one of the recommendations was, let us have a youth day as well as a youth week. So then the UN General Assembly in 1999 endorsed that recommendation, and that's why International Youth Day was gazetted to be celebrated. And in that very day we look at youth issues. because we are in what we call sustainable development goals. So we cannot talk about sustainable development goals and forget about youth. Yet in the whole world, youth are the majority. We are actually the highest, the largest population of the world's population is comprised of youth. And even when we come to Uganda here, at least 70% of Uganda's population is comprised of youth. So you realize it is important at the policy table, where we're talking about any issue, development or otherwise, youth must be involved.
Yeah.
So as Empower Youth in Technology, since we are the champions of young people, of the youth, that's why this day is very important for us. We want to celebrate success, but also to recognize young people who are doing tremendous work in the community. Look at issues young people face and how we can provide solutions. So throughout this whole week, as guided by the theme, because the theme is transformation of food systems, youth innovation, human and planetary health. So you realize the whole discussion is centered around food systems, or what you'd call agriculture.
Yeah.
So now, as Empower Youth in Technology, we want to see what young people are doing. Today, where are the young people? Young people are in education. They are either in secondary schools, universities, or any training. Young people are in innovations. These innovations you see here being championed by young people. Young people are into agriculture, so these agri-tech solutions you see. Young people are in agribusiness. So want to see if these young people are in all these, how can they contribute to food transformation? Or are there young people who are already contributing to food transformation? So that's why as Empower Youth in Technology, we have lined up series of activities. We have started, the activities started on Sunday. And on Sunday we looked at youth in education, and we looked at how education can be strengthened to contribute to food transformation. Yeah, then Monday, innovations, because we know young people are in value addition, they are developing. We saw young people who are doing banana cakes. These are important things that the society should pay attention to, and of course these young people are supposed to be supported. Then agri-tech, we looked at agri-technology. Initiatives like Let's Farm Up, where farmers can access agricultural information, where people can order for foodstuffs. All these are developed by young people. Then we looked at agribusiness, where young people are involved in ventures that are all transforming food systems. Yeah, so it's really important as Empower Youth in Technology and any other organization out there to look at International Week or International Youth Day as important week or important day to celebrate or to recognize young people.
That is so amazing. So I hope if anyone didn't really follow last week, they can always find them on EYIT TV, our platforms. You go on YouTube, all the series, the whole week, what has been taking place was live on EYIT TV. So this is going to help we all discuss this. According to statistics, 78% of the youth of Ugandan population is the youth. And according to research, many of the youth are not engaged in agriculture. They're actually releasing out of agriculture to go out and start, looking for jobs. They think that they're selling land to set up their own jobs. Claire, what do you think? What do you think this could affect? How do you think this could affect the youth? It's so professional, the remedy.
I totally agree. I definitely see it a lot. Even, as a person, me, I've tried to go into a bit of agriculture, but then there is just this mentality that the youth today has. It's more of, like you've said, someone will sell land to go and start a business. Instead of maybe if you have land in, let's say, a fertile area, you could think of cultivating something. But then we tend to shun away from the whole agriculture thing. We want to run into other ventures, want to do some other kinds of businesses, want to get employed formally.
White-collar jobs.
Yeah, white-collar jobs, exactly.
Yeah.
So agriculture is listed as a blue-collar job, or, the work for the work for the
For the poor.
for the poor, or for the old people, our parents and our grandparents. So I think it's very important. This week, I hope, has taught us to take a minute and reflect and start to believe that something good can actually also come out of agriculture. It doesn't necessarily have to be a certain category of people that do it, even the youth. And you can imagine how powerful it can be if we start earlier.
Yeah, really.
You can imagine,
honestly,
you can imagine if you start now, in 10 years' time, where will you be? Yeah. But then, of course, also it comes with its just like any other business or any other venture you want to go into. I also want to think it has its ups and downs. There are challenges here and there, and there's also a good side of it. So I think we just have to embrace the whole.
You say you've been in agriculture before. What made you pull out?
I don't know if she poured out anyway.
I did. It required more time, more physical presence. You see, now that's where the challenge is. We weigh two sides, and you're thinking, no, let me just keep here, because now it needed my time, a lot of supervision, because when you get a business and you put it in someone's hands and you're not physically present, to monitor and note down the day-to-day nitty-gritties that go on, it becomes quite difficult. Yes.
I don't know if I can come in here, and I think that's why this whole week was very important.
Yes.
Because we are looking at agriculture from one angle, digging or farming. That's why Clare is saying it required more time. True, because even the work you do in office or what requires time. But how should we look at agriculture? This is remedy. And the reasons Clare is giving out are the same reasons as to why young people are not into agriculture. And you said the percentage is 78. We are 78% of yes. So if the 78 is not in agriculture, it means it will not be sustainable. And then what should we do? And that's this whole thing is talking about food systems.
Yes.
And when you look at food systems, there are those processes or activities that one can get involved in to get food from the garden up to the table for consumption and for other things, value addition and all that. So if we the young people, and I agree, because I hold a bachelor's degree in computer engineering, chances are high that I think I might not do what? I might not go into the garden to dig.
True.
But what can I do in agriculture?
Yes.
That's why you young people out there who have such skills like I have, let us also support agriculture. That's why develop an app that will help farmers access.
That is one.
We better still go into value addition. Get what the farmers have planted, add value. That is also contribution to agriculture. Because when you talk about food systems, all these processes, what are they? There is production, then there is post-production.
Yes.
At production, that is farming now. You can get involved by farming, but then at post-production, you can get what has been planted or produced, then add value. Or you can act as a transporter, logistics, transport what is already in the field to where it is supposed to be.
So there is so much contribution.
There is so much.
Yes, we have information as young people, but our parents do not have information. Let us now act as information givers to our parents who are into agriculture, who are into farming. That's why if you have studied, for instance, agriculture, and you have gone out as an agriculture officer, do not think you have to be an agriculture officer at the district or what. Go back to where you came from. Use the knowledge to better those who are into farming, because they are not exposed like you. All that is contribution. Yes, all of us can contribute in this way, even when we are not into physically. Yes.
I think most of the youth, we think about the physical bit.
That's why the challenge is
we think of getting the hose going to
now dig, let us look at now us here with the lipstick and that. Then you will think, can I now, can I put my lipstick, my hands?
My mother told me a story one time. She told me that those people who used to say they are keeping their money in banana plantations, it doesn't mean that they used to dig and put money there. they actually used to invest in land. You know, you plant something.
That is what it meant.
Yeah, that is what it meant for us. We took it.
We took
way.
it the way it was said.
So that is one way of investing. You're working somewhere, but that money, instead of putting it in the bank and it is not maybe giving interest or something, you're putting it back in land and maybe paying workers to do some work and then getting more profits. I don't know if I've given the right concept,
and
the right way.
And you know it's quite interesting because you see, if you decide to go into agriculture, or like Ronnie has said, supporting the whole system from when the products have just been harvested up to when they get on the table, it is quite interesting how most youth think that is a very risky venture. You know, what if I don't reap what I'm sowing? You know, there is that. Yet it's interesting because even out here, any other venture that you decide to go into, you're also not so sure whether it's actually going to work out or not. But for some reason, we would rather deal with the heartbreak of I started a boutique, it didn't work. We would rather deal with that heartbreak rather than of I'm going to cultivate, I'm going to go deep into this, and then what if I don't reap anything out of it? So there is just that fear. I don't know how we can get. We feel like the risk going the agriculture way is more. How best can we?
And those are the issues. You're bringing out a very important the risks.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, like any other business, agro-business will have risks.
Yes.
But let's look at it not in the line of risks only, because there we will lose the point.
Sure.
And that's why I have urged before, we need to make this agriculture more attractive for everyone to get in.
So make it sexy.
Because when you are good, we can make it sexy. Yes. Why?
Nice.
Because when you watch on TV, all the adverts you will see a troubled person.
Yeah.
So that's how we have labeled agriculture for troubled people. And there is that word, peasant. Yes. Who is a peasant? Yes. And then when you read the definition of a peasant, it does not necessarily mean someone who is involved in agriculture, but someone whose life is not direct, who is having issues.
Who is having issues?
So they use peasant to mean every person who is involved in agriculture.
That is true. Yeah.
So let us get out of that. So if you want to advertise anything in agriculture, we can pick on Jenny. These beautiful girls to give it light.
Nice.
Yes, to give it light. Once we do that, then the issue of, and I am happy, and the young people must now know some of these things. Of recent, agriculture insurance has been introduced. It has not been there actually. Like two years ago, Farmers Federation, Uganda National Farmers Federation, signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Insurance Corporation to make sure at least we do what? We have agriculture insured. Now there is agro-insurance.
Okay.
So when you get into agriculture, now there is insurance. Of course, there are some things you have to pay attention to before you think of agriculture insurance.
Sure.
But at least young people are out there, just like Clare who said, risk. At least you know you can be insured. But also, before you think of insurance, like any other business, risks will be there.
Yeah. Sure.
That's why we are now advocating farming as a business. So when you start a business, you know there will be risks, but also put measures on how to
mitigate.
That's why young people must be involved, because our parents might not know how to mitigate risks. But
we are
educated, we have the knowledge, we have the power.
Actually, you realize that those old people used to do it because they had no option.
They had no option.
Sometimes that was the only thing, and they had land. You know, but those days it was.
So that's why we've grown up. Yeah, that's why we've grown up thinking it's for the old.
Yeah, and we as the youth are forgetting that Uganda, Africa, is considered to be a rich continent because of the
food
fertile
basket.
land. Yeah, the
world is food basket.
Yes.
For instance, like Uganda, 30% of matoke consumed globally comes from Uganda.
You can imagine.
Yeah. And
Imagine that.
What is the youth's contribution?
Coffee. But all that, I am sorry I keep giving statistics, but at least we know production is contributed by women. 80% of production in Uganda is contributed by women, not youth.
Not youth,
So
definitely.
what if it was now contributed by youth?
What are the
So you
odds
mean
behind
you realize would now reduce unemployment?
Yeah.
But the likes of Jenny do not know that actually you can get so much from agriculture.
Yeah.
Because
That is
someone
very
risks
cool.
to go and earn 400, 200,000 per month.
Sure.
Yet in agriculture you can get more than that. In your discussion, I keep picking some points. There is someone raised the issue of land.
Yes.
That is very true. It is okay when we were young, our parents probably had land and they could do agriculture in any way they want. But today there is no land.
True.
But yes, even technology has evolved. So you can do agriculture even when you do not have land.
Yes.
But like I said, where you realize there is no land, there are other aspects
There
of
are other
agriculture
avenues,
you can get involved in.
True.
Value addition does not require land. It only requires you to know where farmers are and where products are, then you venture into value addition. And the value addition we are talking about is not so sophisticated. There is a lady who does juice. That is also basic value addition.
Yeah.
Juice. And you're contributing to
And selling
agriculture.
fruits as
And
well.
selling fruits. All that is because you're getting from the garden. You do something small, do juice, do something, pack juice or pack fruits, start selling. That is now you're supporting the food system. You're supporting it because you're giving us what to eat. But you have not practiced like what we know in the old way,
Yeah.
the traditional way.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
that's
so
what we-
nice. Yeah, I'm
So
sure it's
we
going
must
to change.
People's
yes,
minds.
It's
yes, yes.
people's minds.
We must, from the word go, make this agriculture attractive. Even from schools.
True.
I don't know if the curriculum has since changed, but at least I know the curriculum still tells these young people to go into farming the old way. But let us now tell them that it is innovation, it is technology. If you study agriculture, let us also know that I can get out, think of how I can provide farmers with information, how I can provide those who are into value addition with information, how I can use artificial intelligence, drones and all that to contribute to. So let us also not be told that it's only farming.
That's nice.
I think that is what schools are doing.
True,
but
I
no.
like how you brought it up because I studied agriculture. There was an option
yes.
of doing it up to S4, but for me I stopped at S2. But then the whole mentality
whole
that I
concept,
had
yes, yes.
of being in an agriculture
Yes.
class, I would be thinking, really, does
This
this
is-
teacher expect me to go back to the garden to start?
And that is what you're meant
like
to
I
believe.
am here to
Yeah, that
get
is what
a
you're meant to
degree and
believe.
I get an office job, So that is what we're meant to believe.
Yeah.
This is
Because
agriculture.
I also did agriculture even up to A level.
Nice.
From senior 1 to senior 6.
Wow.
But in all the concepts we are talking about farming.
Farming.
So I was meant to believe if I want to continue in this journey, I am going to be a farmer. That is what I was meant to believe. So and I find that wrong somehow
Yeah.
And by
because
the way, even with
things have
parents,
since changed.
thinking about what you said, Claire, even parents, there is the way they bring these children up with that mind. They hate, you're with your parent, every time you're going to dig, it is like by force.
By force.
Or they are literally forcing you to do certain things. They're not giving you a chance to do your own things
That
sometimes.
is true.
And trust me, if you had a child and you give them some land and they made some money out of it, they're going to start liking it. Some parents know what to do to get money out of this, and they're not just doing it to feed you at home, but the way they are doing it, the way they are teaching their kids how to.
So the children just end up growing up with this whole mentality and this attitude towards the whole agriculture because
How
you
can I
remember,
do it?
how can I do this?
Yeah.
How can I go to weed the plantation? That is actually true what you've said.
Weeding.
We used to look at it like a punishment.
punishment.
If they tell you to go to the plantation to weed, I'm thinking, wow.
Actually, they
My
could
parents
punish us
don't
that
like
way.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you don't want other kids to see you doing that.
Punishing
Yeah.
you by telling
By
you
telling
to
you to
go
go
and
and-
dig. Yet it's actually important. Why not
True.
tell me that it is important to do it?
Exactly.
And
don't say it. You go and do this. You've done this tomorrow. You're going to weed from here up to there.
Up to there, exactly.
You're feeding into. I think what I pick from Claire now is mindset change.
Yes.
And the mindset change can start at an early age, even in schools, secondary schools. Maybe schools can start thinking of such awards in schools, because we used to have gardening. We used to have school gardens.
Actually, even in school, that was a punishment.
It was as well a punishment.
Internal suspension, you're weeding some teachers' plantations.
How will you love farming?
How will you love farming?
So, but I think now such schools can start like best school garden award, or because if you get these students involved in agriculture, maybe put awards somewhere. If you come up with very good initiative. I studied from a school that had a school farm. We used to go there as agriculture students, practice some agriculture, but it was just educational. There was nothing like you're doing this because of A, B, C, and D. That was no target.
Right way, I think.
But at least if there was the reason why you're doing this, in the future when you set up a farm, this is what you're meant to do.
Yes.
This is what you can do. And it was for me, let me go, because it was about to go there. It's practicals and we award you marks. So I could go with one mind, I must get A in this, A in this. There's nothing like you're doing it because in the future you are supposed to venture into agriculture and do A, B, C, and D. But then we missed that opportunity. That's why the idea of commercialization has died.
So you guys, I'm loving this discussion very much.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah, me too. But then we have to go in a very short break and we're going to be back. Don't forget to use Let's Farm Shop up here. www.guzayug. We are at Homely Nest. I keep telling you this. This place is nice if you want nice rooms. Maybe you want to spend a night, or you have your loved one and you want to separate. It's a nest and you want a nice meal, or you have a party. We'll be live on EYIT TV. Henry will be airing it and it will be at Homely Nest. Thank you so much. You're still on The Remedy. We're coming back.
You're watching EYIT TV, empowering you.
So a few days ago, you joined the crowds in the market for your fresh foods. You'd equally brave the risky streets, exposing yourself to the virus.
Cut the hustle. If you're in Barara, all your fresh foods can now find you on your doorstep. Download Let's Farm Shop app from Play Store to order now.
You're watching EYIT TV, empowering you.
Welcome back from the break. You are still watching The Remedy, and we are still discussing this year's theme for the International Youth Day. We've had a whole week with a series of activities, and let me remind you, please go to Play Store, download the Let's Farm Shop app, order your agriculture products, and we shall deliver them right from the farmers to your gate. Please don't forget to do that, and let's support the agriculture sector the best way that we can, especially the youth. Thank you so much. And then also you can go to guzayug.com. Now there you can order yourself any product that you want, and then we shall be able to deliver it right at your doorstep. You're still watching The Remedy. So we are seated here with Ronnie. So we are talking about, agriculture, how the youth can really venture and start looking at it like as attractive as any other ventures that we have. But then in order to make it attractive, we also need to look at the benefits. How beneficial will it be? Is it worth giving a shot?
Yes.
Why should we care about it anyway?
I'm going to put it right. Agriculture is the second, actually it's the first number one employer in the country. It employs actually around 70% of Ugandans are employed in agriculture. It's actually the biggest employer. That makes it very, very, very important. Then let's look at raw materials. Most of the raw materials we use in our factories are coming from agriculture. Yes. Can we talk about Nayu? Yes, yes. Such because
we can talk about beer in general.
Beer in general. Yes, beer in general. We use some of the raw materials from agriculture. So that makes it important. And actually in Uganda, we know 25% of Uganda's GDP comes from agriculture. So most of the things we export are agricultural products. So in Uganda, agriculture, not even in Uganda, but in Africa, agriculture is very, very, very important. From the perspective of employment opportunities, it's the largest employer. Now we talk about raw materials. we get most of the raw materials for agro-processing industry, for the industries we have in the country. The raw materials are from agriculture.
Yes.
So it becomes very, very, very important, and it is sweet.
So,
should we make it so sexy for young people to get in? We are going to leave.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah.
So as youth, what are those direct achievements I'm going to get from agriculture? Yeah, the direct achievements without looking at the whole employment bit. Yeah.
I think I like how he put it earlier. The whole value addition that you have to the chain. For me, actually, that is what I'm looking at, because you will agree with me, honestly. Me and 1,000 people out there, we are not very comfortable, getting into the whole physical bit. But then, like Ronnie said earlier, getting onto the whole chain. There's somewhere where you can do your input, the transportation, getting these products, transforming them into something else that you want to give your customers or consumers. So I love the fact that even when I think about that, I know that I'm adding value.
You already feel like you're adding.
Yes, yes.
So youth can reap big from agriculture, but the main important, because at the end of the day, it's wealth. Wealth and job.
That's why we're working.
Yes. So if you want the easiest way, because if you want to start a school or start a hospital, you probably might need income that is probably too much. But then in agriculture, you might get in with very little capital and you make it. For as long as you have an opportunity, there is land, you can get in, and before you know it, you have some money coming on your side. As opposed to other ventures where by the time you start, you probably need large sums of capital to start a business. But with agriculture, life becomes easier for as long as there is maybe land.
I like what you've talked about of whatever little you have, you can be able to start. But then I need this generation in particular to be convinced. There is this mentality that we have that if you want to reap big, you need to sow big. There is that mentality of no, I just can't cultivate a few centimeters of land. Plant maybe some beans or groundnuts. We have this mindset and just this mentality that you need to start big. You need acres of plantations to be able to reap something. That whole, you can start with what you have. I don't know what is relative in that sense.
Before reaping, I can look at the concept of don't spend. Like if you have something small, like if you're not putting too much, maybe let's look at those people who grow. My mom does vegetables around their homes.
Exactly.
You don't have land, but you have those sacks. Some use even old jeans. They put holes and so you're not going to spend money and buy vegetables when you have them at home. You realize you're saving some money. That is one way. That is one way you're benefiting from agriculture as youth, and you don't have all that money every time to go to the market. Though we have Let's Farm Shop app, but you can also reduce that burden from us, and
there is like we mentioned, young people, if they want to live big in let's first forget about land, but in your mind, think about how you can contribute to agriculture. Think about it, because we have the information. We are educated, we are energetic, and we are the majority. So think about how you can contribute to agriculture. Just think about it. In this, if farmers have, because let's look at the general issues where young people can get some opportunities. If farmers will tell you they don't have market, you as a youth, you're educated, can you use internet source for market? Use Facebook, use Twitter to market products. Gather farmers around who are involved in coffee production. Go on Facebook, go on Twitter, start marketing that coffee. That is contribution. Start marketing it. You have not planted anything, you don't even have land, but all you have is your smartphone. You have access to internet. You can even go to Empower Youth in Technology, they have fastest internet. Use that one. Start marketing that coffee. Farmers have matoke in their gardens. Use social media, start marketing that. that is also you're practicing agriculture. In one way or another, you're practicing it.
And it's not until recently that people started, people I think slowly have started embracing the whole advertising of agriculture products on the internet. Initially, when you would put, a post of, oh, I'm selling matoke, I have a plantation.
You're so broke.
Everyone would think, okay, why are you doing this? This is not our kind of thing. It's actually not until recently, and thank God for the Let's Farm Shop app, because now we are able, to get our agricultural products that we want. I wish we could embrace the way we advertise and market any other business.
Look, in other words, what you're saying, look at the existing initiatives and see where you can tag yourself.
Yes.
Because agriculture is agriculture. If Let's Farm Shop app has listed all these products, but Let's Farm Shop app does not have transportation, maybe you can gather transporters around. Pattern with Let's Farm Shop app, so that when orders come, maybe you be the delivery guy.
Yes.
Like we said, food systems has even logistics, transporters.
Yes.
So find a way of contributing to agriculture, just that. Go on internet, find out how you can do banana crisps and see how you can get into that space. Because it will require you to generate the information on how to do it, and once you learn how to do that, get in. Once you get in, now that the concept of doing a business come in. Otherwise, it's about, is there anything you can do in agriculture? Are you able to see where you stand, plant flowers? Like you said, your mother does that. You might not require big
huge
land or huge chunks of land, but at least we know there are several methods around where you can do urban farming. Plant this at home, where you stay, do this. All these initiatives are there. Our parents do not know them anyway. It's not their time. It is our time as young people. If you talk about urban farming, maybe theirs was rural farming, but for us, we are in town. So let us then do urban farming, because we know how to do it. If you don't know, then information is available on internet, which our parents do not have. Okay.
Those days when you would go to the garden and you're weeding and your hands are up, everyone would be laughing at you. But now it is normal to get gloves and you go to your garden. so it is not, you don't always have to be dirty for you to go to the garden. You're the people making the youth
Put
feel
on
like
your
it is bad.
Put on your lipstick.
Yeah, it is very okay.
We really don't strike you
because
as the kind.
like we said, we must make this whole thing sexy.
Yeah,
You
look
don't have to
attractive
be
at
bad.
night.
Yes, let's see him. Don't worry, wear whatever you want to wear, even if they are what? It's okay. It's okay. But get there.
So that after you
get
go to
there.
the garden, you can even go to
After
the office
all,
and no one will tell. Even if they tell you still look good,
After
and
all,
you will encourage someone else to go and
money is money, even when
Money
it
is
comes from
money.
the soil. It
I
still
know.
remains
True, that is
paper.
true. That paper at the end
It's
of the
paper,
day.
irrespective of where it is coming from.
Because
it
when
is-
we are out here and we are running and we
Yes.
are walking around really broke, no one is going to understand. Yet someone went and got their hands dirty and they are living a very
I know
comfortable
of
life.
one person at home in Ibande. Yes.
Don't you ever say we're also from
Yes, Ibanda, where I come from. I come from Katafari.
Cover.
So we have a very rich, very old man. He's he's a retired school, primary school teacher. So after retiring, he started farming, of course. And what he did, every morning he could put on his suit.
Wow.
Every morning, and he goes to the garden. And when you ask him, and we could laugh, then he tells us, this is my other office. When I was going to teach, this is how I used to dress.
But
And I could make money.
Right.
Even now, I am making money. So I must respect this money. That's why I have to put on my suit. Because I am respecting this money. I have to respect this money so that I do what? I benefit.
That is the mentality.
So that's the mentality we need.
I think that person
Why you
was
must
encouraging people.
Yes, he was encouraging because after retiring, he started farming. So he had to maintain the standards. Put on suits, go to the garden. He comes back.
I know. I'm just picturing.
Yes,
It
so
funny, but
that
I mean,
is
it
why
makes
we
sense.
have to make it sexy.
whole
It has to be attractive.
You have to make it attractive, but it's also work like
Let's
any other
not
work.
make it a professional, a sector for less privileged.
Yeah.
For old people, for poor people, it is no longer about that. Then these people, the elites, the corporates, this whole concept of commercial farming should be your thing. Because commercial farming involves, yes, at least 4 acres. If you have 4 acres, you're able to plant this, you're able to plant this, you're able to do this, you're able to... Now with the corporates, this is what we can do. Because with commercial farming, you're looking at production for commercial purposes. As opposed to our parents who probably do subsistence, food, and then plant for home consumption and maybe surplus for sale. But for us, since you're not depending on agriculture, because for them why they do that, that's what they depend on. That's where school fees comes from and even food. But for us, maybe that's not why we depend on. We are corporates, we have other alternative sources of income. Get that, invest in agriculture, then you do commercial farming. That in one way or another helps you to increase your income. If you're getting from this source and the farm is giving you as well, then that helps. But also I must warn you, once you start farming, let it get the same hours you probably put into your normal day-to-day work. At least know that you're giving it 10, your former job gets 7 hours maybe. Make sure you find a way of creating the 7 hours for your other agricultural ventures, because that's other source of income. But then practice commercial farming, because at your level you have the information, so you can do something.
True.
So that is how we have to make sure agriculture becomes very relevant, very valuable. When we all get in, use the same knowledge, the same expertise we have in our day-to-day normal work. If you're an accountant, the knowledge you use balancing books, you TV guys, the same knowledge you use on TV, make sure you use it in agriculture. As you're here on TV talking about all this, use the same energy when you're in your field. When we do this, then agriculture will be a good thing
there's a
for
way people
everyone.
kind of relax. People don't want to put in that much because it's looked at as the other kind of work or the other kind of
work.
Yes, the other alternative, the other.
And not even the first option, like that at the bottom of the list, you know. So
And
I think
what
it's
I have seen,
important to
when people retire, that's when they will think of going into agriculture. Some will do consultants, others will go into politics.
You guys,
So then you realize agriculture becomes the other
it's
option.
the other last
What if it becomes day-to-day activity? It should be part of us.
let us have a short break. Everyone else, tell us what you think. By the way, let us involve you in this conversation. Be part of us. Tell us what you think. I hope you're learning 1 or 2 on this. I'm learning a lot, and I'm loving it. We are on the remedy after a very short break. We're coming back.
You're watching EYIT TV, empowering you.
We're still talking about agriculture, involvement of the youth in agriculture. How are they involved? We've talked about a lot. Oh my God, I didn't know that Claire once actually put her hands to that those grounds. I am so impressed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, and we're here with Ronnie. We're still talking. We are trying to make agriculture sexy for the youth. So, all of you, what are those initiatives that are there to support the youth in agriculture?
Okay. And I think this is the best time for young people, because I know I talk about nowadays young people no longer need the empowerment, they now need investment. If there is any person out there who can invest in the young people to get involved in agriculture, you're welcome. But at least of recent we have initiatives. Let's start with even Empower Youth in Technology itself. We have Startup Garage. It's a whole program that has come up to support young people who are involved in value addition. It was launched in March. And we look at these young people who have decided to venture into agriculture but in the line of value addition. And what do we give you? Access to financing. So we have a EYIT startup fund where you can save in, then we give you a loan to grow your business. Then we have the most important part is marketing, because young people, yes, you start these ventures when you don't have so much in terms of capital to invest in a business. But now with initiatives like a startup garage where EYIT Empower Youth in Technology, we give you an opportunity to market your business via EYIT TV. There you will grow your sales through that way. Then we are also giving you an opportunity to enhance value addition skills, because we know skills and knowledge, those are very important things, but through the partners we have, your value addition skills can be enhanced. So such initiatives are there. And maybe I'm going to talk about another initiative that was launched by NSSF. NSSF is giving a lot of money, up to even 100 million, to young people involved in value addition. Those are initiatives. Then we have
How do I get such money?
When you check on NSSF website, there is High Innovator Program. You can get information. So when you go there, you will apply, compete, and get money. Then let's talk about agro business incubators around. Look out for them. I'm not going to mention them in particular, but look out for them. They have information. They can give you knowledge. You enhance skills. Because with agro business incubators, you have an opportunity to venture into anything. Like for instance, with Startup Garage, they only focus on value addition. But with these agro-business incubators, you will have an opportunity to have information and skills which can help you to venture into agriculture as a farmer, or venture into in agriculture as a value addition guy. So look out for agro-business incubators. So such initiatives will help you to get more knowledge, to get guided on how you can venture into agriculture. But of course, even internet, what don't you know? You're on WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
Are you able to watch videos about value addition, about farming as a business? There is another important aspect in agriculture that young people must know, and it's still new information. Get it on Remedy, because on Remedy we give solutions. Agrotourism.
Yes.
It's a new concept, and with agrotourism, young people out there, we are combining education, agriculture, and entertainment. So,
Nice.
young people, with this, maybe I can just use a few minutes to educate them about agrotourism, because I know young people will get in since it has entertainment.
Yes,
Yeah.
the entertainment bits.
Can we have Miss Tourism now focusing on agrotourism, where you gather all these beautiful girls, take them to farms, learn about agriculture, organize competitions in agriculture,
Who does?
call EYIT TV, do whatever you want to do, so that now these young people, as they are enjoying their Miss things, get
There is also that relevant
there's also,
information that
yes,
they are
relevant
getting.
about agriculture.
Yes.
Can you hold competitions about milking cattle? Such. Let's have competitions about
Active.
fishing. Yes, as it's an activity, you're getting marks. It's a competition. While at the same time you're doing what? You're learning. Then young people out there, can you map up all these people who have demonstration farms? You organize people who want to visit such farms. Then you make money, because that is agrotourism. There are those people who want to visit farms. For you who studied in the schools, the good schools went to, like Kibanda Secondary School, it's a good school. So they could take us for agrotours. How did you call them? So we could go to stock farm, agriculture trips. Now these concepts should not only stop in schools, even in our age such concepts still apply. What do? Look for demonstration farms. Organize people who want to visit the farms. Then they will pay, you take them, they learn how to do things. You will make money. I also give you another example. Those who organize the competition for girls, the Miss Tourism, the beauty queens, the pageants.
Yes, the beauty pageants.
Involve the concept of agriculture. Subject those queens. We told you to make agriculture sexy, and this is now what we can do.
It's really big.
Get these girls, as they are doing makeup, let them go visit farms, let them learn how to do several agriculture activities. The one who does it better is awarded. And we
And you
make
see
this
that
whole
way,
experience.
yes, you're making it attractive for the
Yeah,
other
it's
youth.
attractive.
Beauty with brain.
Beauty
Now we call it beauty with agriculture.
with agriculture.
Yeah.
And I would even encourage EYIT TV to organize beauty with agriculture. So we get all these beautiful girls and handsome boys.
Yes.
We take them to agriculture. They learn about agriculture, compete on concepts around agriculture.
Yeah.
Milking, fishing, weeding, spraying, whatever, the whole concept of spraying cattle.
Yes.
Let us involve such. Once we start doing that, agriculture
Is
will be for
definitely
everyone.
going to be attractive.
And young people will do,
Yeah.
because that's what young people. And let's also know that young people have their own concepts. So if we want to help them, we have to dance to their tunes.
Yeah, we have to give
must
them a
respect what they
platform
want.
Yes.
If you know they are on WhatsApp and you want them to understand agriculture, put it on
Put it
WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp. They
Put
will
it on
read.
Facebook. They will get it.
Sure.
Let's not put agriculture where we can't reach, because we are young people.
Put it on the remedy.
Put it on remedy. Put it everywhere we can reach.
Yeah.
I have never seen people advertising agriculture on entertainment shows, but those are the shows we watch. Let's put it there.
Put it there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put it there.
It
We'll
will
see
sink in one mind
It will
also.
sink in the
Yes.
young people. And I think this goes to policymakers. Agriculture should come where we are as young people. Miss Tourism, Miss what, those beauty pageants, hands up, everything. Let's put agriculture there. Once we do that, young people get involved, and once they get involved, what shall we get? Employment opportunities,
Yes.
export, promotion, and import substitution. GDP will rise, and as the country, we will benefit. We will get better.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
very
yes.
true.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, wow, this has been so insightful. I have learnt a lot. I've
Me
learnt a
too.
lot. Yeah, thank you very much, EYIT TV, for the activities that you've had throughout the week up to the day of celebrating International Youth Day. And the youth out there, I hope we have all learned something today.
Yeah.
And please do share with us, your comments. Let us know what you think on today's discussion of what we have talked about. I have really learnt a lot, and I hope someone out there will also use this
I wish we
information.
even had more time.
Yeah, I wish we had more time, but I've really learned a lot. I hope you also have. Thank you so much for being with us here on The Remedy this Saturday. Ronnie, thank you so much. We are very, very humbled.
And thank you
that
so
you've
much
been
for
here.
hosting me. I
our
hope to come
pleasure.
back next time when you're talking about agriculture.
Yes, yep. We shall come back with an
every
update.
remedy. So
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
we shall probably be updating you of some of the things that we have learned and we've put into practice. So
Yes.
I look forward to that. Yeah.
It was nice we are appearing on Remedy. I like this show. I watch it, and I hope we have shared information that is relevant.
yeah, we have definitely.
Okay.
You here, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Till next Saturday, Jenny and Claire on The Remedy. Keep watching EYIT TV.
You're watching EYIT TV, empowering you.
Do you have Uganda at heart? How about buying products made in Uganda by Ugandans from a Ugandan online shop anywhere, anytime?
Introducing GuzaUG.com, a one-stop center for Uganda's locally made products. Buy Uganda, build Uganda.